A reading from the Gospel of John. After hearing his doctrine, many of the followers of Jesus said, "This is intolerable language. How could anyone accept it?" Jesus was aware that his followers were complaining about it and said, "Does this upset you? What if you should see the Son of Man ascend to where he was before? It is the Spirit that gives life. The flesh has nothing to offer. The words I have spoken to you are spirit, and they are life. But there are some of you who do not believe." For Jesus knew from the outset those who did not believe, and who it was that would betray him. He went on, "This is why I told you, that no one could come to me unless the Father allows him." After this, many of his disciples left him and stopped going with him. Then Jesus said to the 12, "What about you? Do you want to go away too?" Simon Peter answered, "Lord, who shall we go to? You have the message of eternal life, and we believe. We know that you are the Holy One of God."
Reflecting on today's Gospel, I have mixed feelings, a sense of joy, hope, and a little sadness. If only people knew the gift of God. We recall the miracle of the loaves and fish a couple of weeks ago and how Jesus feeds our physical bodies. The only way to live a life lived well is through Jesus. Food for the soul, spirit, is his very body and blood through his death on the cross. This asks the question of us too, do we really believe, and how does my belief impact my life? A couple of weeks ago I attended a funeral. Arriving outside the chapel, a man approached me and asked my thoughts on Bishop Casey and a nun that lived in Drummond a long while ago. I responded with, "I am not a follower of people. I am a servant of the Lord and follow him." He told me he believed in nothing and pointed to an empty grave and angrily said, "That is it." He asked the 4 ladies in the group if they believed. They all replied with, "I'm saying nothing." He asked me, and I told him I have no doubt that Jesus suffered, died for us, and rose from the dead. My parting words were, "Jesus bless you and smile on you always." Something beautiful happened during the Mass. I had a vision of a white crown. It was pure white and linen, resembled what the shepherds wore on Christmas Day when they visited Jesus in the stable. Following this came the reading from Timothy, referencing the crown of righteousness. At first I thought, what was that all about? Later on in the day, it came to me. That was a gift to me from Jesus, proclaiming my belief and faith, telling of the good news despite them denying God. Now I am not to judge those people. They have their reasons, but please God, they will have a change of heart, and the mustard seed was planted. Tell the whole world that Jesus Christ is Lord. Thank you, Greta.